Welcome to Sports Bios, the premier platform for in-depth explorations of athletic lives. I'm your host, Howard Closewell, and today we're going to delve into the fascinating story of Lee Trevino, a man whose unyielding passion for golf would propel him from humble beginnings to international acclaim. As we embark on this biographical journey, you'll discover how Trevino's early life, marked by hardship and perseverance, laid the foundation for his future triumphs. Born on December 1, 1939, in Garland, Texas, Lee Trevino entered a world still reeling from the Great Depression. The Trevinos lived in a small, humble home on Grove Street, surrounded by the vast open fields of the Texas countryside. This rustic environment would later influence Trevino's love for the outdoors and his eventual passion for golf. As a young boy, Lee Trevino was introduced to the game of golf by his uncle, Juan Perry Garcia, who worked as a caddy at the local country club. Garcia would often take Lee to the course, where he would watch in awe as the more affluent members played the game with precision and skill. These early experiences not only sparked Trevino's interest in golf, but also instilled in him a sense of determination to succeed, despite the economic and social barriers that stood in his way. The historical context of Trevino's early years is equally fascinating. The late 1940s and early 1950s were a time of great social change in America, with the civil rights movement gaining momentum and the country slowly awakening to issues of racial inequality. For a young Latino boy like Lee Trevino, these societal shifts would have a profound impact on his journey, presenting both opportunities and obstacles that would test his resolve and shape his character. Growing up in a bilingual household where Spanish was spoken at home and English was used in public, Trevino faced unique challenges in his educational pursuits. Despite these hurdles, he attended Garland High School, where he developed a strong work ethic and a passion for sports, particularly golf and football. However, due to financial constraints, Trevino was forced to drop out of school in the 9th grade to work and support his family. In 1958, at the age of 18, Trevino enlisted in the United States Marine Corps, a decision that would not only discipline his mind and body, but also provide him with the opportunity to hone his golf skills on the military's courses. During his 4-year tenure in the Marines, Trevino was stationed in various parts of the world, including Japan and the Philippines, where he was exposed to different cultures and ways of life. This experience broadened his perspective and helped shape his worldview, ultimately contributing to his success as a golfer. These influences not only molded his character, but also instilled in him a sense of purpose and determination that would serve as the foundation for his future achievements. The drama, the glory, and the controversies, all are waiting for us in the next chapter of Lee Trevino's extraordinary story. After serving 4 years in the Marines, Trevino was honorably discharged and returned to Texas, where he began working as a caddy and later as an assistant pro at the Dallas Athletic Club. It was during this period that he started to develop his unique swing style, which would become one of the most recognizable in golf. Trevino's unorthodox method, often described as unconventional or homemade, involved a self-taught approach that blended elements of traditional golf swings with his own innovative techniques. In 1961, at the age of 22, Trevino turned pro and began competing in local tournaments. His early successes were modest, but he showed promise, and by the mid-1960s he was starting to make a name for himself on the PGA Tour. In 1968, Trevino won his first major tournament, the U.S. Open, held at Oak Hill Country Club in Rochester, New York. This victory marked a turning point in his career, as he became an overnight sensation and a fan favorite. Trevino's rise to fame was not without its challenges, however. As a Latino golfer from a humble background, he faced skepticism and racism from some quarters of the golfing establishment. Despite these obstacles, Trevino persevered, using his success on the course as a way to prove himself and pave the way for future generations of minority golfers. Throughout the 1970s, Trevino continued to dominate the golf world, winning numerous tournaments, including 5 major championships, 2 U.S. Opens, 1968 and 1971, 2 PGA Championships, 1974 and 1984, and won British Open 1972. His on-course rivalries with other golfing greats of the era, such as Jack Nicklaus and Arnold Palmer, are the stuff of legend, and their epic battles for supremacy continue to captivate audiences to this day. One of the most fascinating aspects of Trevino's career is his enduring impact on the sport. He was a pioneer in many ways, not only as a Latino golfer, but also as a self-taught player who defied conventional wisdom about how the game should be played. Trevino's unorthodox swing style and his emphasis on feel and intuition over rigid technique have inspired countless golfers around the world. Rather, it was the result of a complex interplay between his early life experiences, his cultural heritage, and the historical context in which he competed. Open to his dominance of the golf world in the 1970s. As Trevino's playing career began to wind down in the 1980s, he remained a beloved figure in the golf world. He continued to compete at the highest levels, albeit with less frequency, and began to focus more on his work as a golf instructor and ambassador for the sport. In 1984, Trevino won his fifth major championship, the PGA Championship, at the age of 44, becoming one of the oldest players to win a major title. Trevino's legacy extended far beyond his playing career, however. He was a pioneer for minority golfers, and his success paved the way for future generations of Latino and African American players. He also became a successful golf course designer, creating courses that reflected his emphasis on strategy and shot-making over brute power. One of the most significant aspects of Trevino's later years was his commitment to philanthropy. He worked tirelessly with various charitable organizations, including the USGA Foundation, the PGA Tour Charities, and the Boys and Girls Clubs of America. Trevino's focus on giving back to his community and supporting junior golf initiatives has inspired countless others to follow in his footsteps. In 2000, Trevino was awarded the PGA Tour's Lifetime Achievement Award, a recognition of his contributions to the sport both on and off the course. He also received the USGA's Bob Hope Award in 2008, which honors individuals who have made significant contributions to the game through their philanthropic efforts. Trevino's impact on the golf world can be seen in many areas, from the design of modern golf courses to the way players approach the game. His emphasis on strategy, creativity, and feel has influenced a generation of golfers, including major champions like Tiger Woods and Phil Mickelson. Trevino's legacy extends beyond the golf course, however, as his rags to riches story and his commitment to giving back have inspired people from all walks of life. From his humble beginnings in Dallas, Texas, to his status as a golfing legend, Trevino's story is one of perseverance, determination, and a passion for the game. As he once said, "Golf is a game of inches, but it's also a game of heart." Lee Trevino's heart and soul have been dedicated to the sport he loves, and his legacy will continue to inspire and captivate audiences for years to come. That's all for today's Sports Bios. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, I'm Howard Closewell reminding you to keep shooting for your goals.